My shock's just collapsed.
Oh?
My shock's collapsed. Look how low it is. So a couple of things with the BMW, as you know. One, I got an oil leak. Two, the suspension problem. Now, when I moved it, I found something out. That it was changing its ride height. And let's see if I can get the camera down here. There we go. If you can see that bolt. Or looks like a bolt's come out, which could be the issue. So I've ordered a new bolt. I've got it today, and I'm gonna try and put a new one in. Incidentally, I stuck that underneath the rear wheel to help me get it onto the centre stand, and then I've adjusted it now so it's slightly lower now, so hopefully this all lines up. So it's just a case of me getting this bolt through there. Right, and then second problem is I think I've got a weep of oil coming from the gasket in here. Now I did replace it when I serviced it, but I suspected it might have been the wrong one. I had a slight suspicion that it might have been the wrong one, so I've got to undo all of this, dump the oil, which is it's not been in there that long, and yeah, replace this gasket on here, which I've also got, so I'm going to do all that today. And hopefully this let's do the suspension first. That's the hardest bit. So I looked at the part, it's only this bolt. There's no nut that goes on the other end. I hope that's correct. I'll put some Loctite on it maybe. And then I think it's 42 Newton meters. But the lower suspension bolt, just slid that one in. So let's tighten it up a little bit, just to hand tight. Then we'll torque it down. And now the BMW schematic said that there was no nut on this side, but there has to be. I can remember there was a nut. Definitely should be a nut here. And I think we're missing a spacer. So I'll put it in for now. But I'm pretty sure I need to find some spacers and a nut. So I might have to do another order. And this screw at the bottom of the bike, it was like caked in mud. This came out ages ago and I lost it. I think it goes over here somewhere. Yeah. Lost this screw ages ago. Tighten that back in later. Yeah, I've definitely lost the spacers. It's weird because the BMW pot just didn't have any spacers there on the diagram. Unless it was on the different diagram. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe it spread itself across a couple of different diagrams. That's annoying. The suspension diagram. And it doesn't list a nut on the other end of number 9. It has the washer. I think it needs a nut because there's no way I can torque it down without a nut. It just spins. So am I looking at a wrong diagram? Is there another diagram? Right, I'm going to have to look around to see if this is why I thought it would only be this. But now I've clearly looked at it and there's clearly evidence of a spacer being there. You can see where it's clean. So, and is it 100%? I don't know, it's not moving. It's not moving, but still. There could be a little gap there that I'm not seeing. I can't feel a gap. Maybe that's just the travel marks. Maybe that's just travel mark. Maybe that's not actually wear at all. Right, I'm going to look at some diagrams, see if that's correct or not. I mean, if it's correct, then I can easily stick a bolt on the other end. That's not too much of an issue. But I don't want to have to torque it all down, then find out that I've got to undo the thing just to put spacers back in. Right, let's have a look. I'm not the only one who isn't really. Well, I'm going to put one in. I don't think it was. I think it is just wear marks. It's where the suspension was rubbing against the thing. Probably shouldn't have rid that home. So that's probably just marks where it was catching. Don't think it was actually a spacer. And if I feel around it, there's like different levels of metal there. So hopefully this won't cause issues. otherwise I'll have to get a new link. Yeah, the same on this side, it's just a couple of wear marks, no spacer was there. Fine, but I do want to get a bolt, so let's take this out, clean it up, and get a bolt to put in. Can't really see it on camera, but there's a bit of damage here where the bolt came out, obviously. I can feel it. It's got a slight bump there, and you've got some slight damage around here where the bolt must have come out. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Well, I'm going to tighten it all up, and if it goes again, then I'll have to replace this. And maybe the shock will need to be replaced after all. But we'll see. I reckon this might need to be replaced, but for the sake of a £5 for a bolt, it's worth a try, eh? I've just taken, I think I found the oil leak. Now I think it was this, so I don't think I tightened it down. They were very loose, so I don't think I tightened it down all the way, which is silly of me. So that was where the oil leak came from. Of course it didn't leak straight away. After a couple of heat cycles the oil starts to break down. I've caught most of the clean oil in there, hopefully, and because it's a dry sump, as long as you don't undo the top oil filler cap, the oil doesn't, most of the oil doesn't drain out. So hopefully I've got enough oil in that thing to fill it back up. Well, got my spare bolts. I put it in. So we've got a nice bolt right in there, and it's nutted on the other end. Nutted. Right, let's put the other one in. All done up. Let's give it a good old shake. Nothing. Seems alright. So, I guess the next step is to get it off its stand, see if it holds up, and then take it for a ride. But don't forget to top the oil up. Well, it's fine. It was that bolt all along. That is a lot cheaper than oh my goodness, what a relief. Right, and hopefully I've also fixed the oil leak as well, or find out, hopefully this wasn't tight enough. Hopefully that was what the problem was. Right, put the front sprocket back on. I'll leave the bash plate off. I'll take it and give it a clean, give it a test ride, make sure it's all fine before taking it off-road. Whew. Panic over. Thanks for watching.